Salutations and good morrow everyone, welcome back to another grounded walkthrough video. Today we are hopping in and we are talking another fantastic build that's out there for all of you guys to try now, and that is the Spear Corrosion build. Yes, this build is all about using a spear. It's all about doing corrosion damage, lowering an enemy's defense, lowering the amount of attack damage they're going to be able to do to you, as well as being able to do a significant amount of damage against a certain type of enemy, which we'll get through by the end of the video. But let's hop in and let's talk a little bit more about what goes into this awesome build. So first things first, let's talk armor and weapons and all of that, shall we? So inside of here, weapons-wise, we have the Rusty Spear. It was a request in the stream last night to make a spear build, so I have gone ahead and made a spear build. Now, I also have the Fire Ant Shield because it is a very powerful shield that allows you to lower the attacker's defense on block. Then I'm using Thor's Pendant because there's so many perks to Thor's Pendant. We'll go over exactly how to get this in a second. Then we're using all the Fire Ant gear, and we are going to be going down the sleek path for all of them, and I'll get more into that in a minute. But let's start off with the Rusty Spear, shall we? So the Rusty Spear itself is a fantastic spear. It's the tier 3 spear that's in the game, and it's actually not that hard to craft. This is probably one of the easier tier 3 weapons in order to craft in the game that you guys should be able to go out and make right now for yourself. Now, why is it so easy to craft? Because it only takes Dust Mite Fuzz, 1 sunken bone, and 7 pieces of rust. And if you guys were wondering where you can go and get rust, it's pretty much on every single nail in the game. For instance, I'm right here in the middle of the map, right over here by the oak tree, and if I walk right to the end over here, jump down and go to that nail right there or that nail right there and hit it with a hammer, you can harvest the rust off of it. So you can literally start to get ready to make this spear right away. All you need to do is go get yourself a sunken bone and then some crow feathers, and that just takes a tier 2 axe. So this weapon actually could become one of the best early game weapons that you can make because of how easy it is for you to get rust. And sunken bones, you literally need a tier 1 shovel and swim to the bottom of the pond and grab it. So right and raw, it's actually not that bad. Now, in order to harvest rust, you will need a heftier hammer. You are going to need a tier 3 hammer, which means you will need to go through and, well, you're going to have to go fight Black Ox Beetles. So is it really that early game? No. Earlier than some of the other stuff like the Spider Fang Dagger or the Spider Widow Dagger, the Black Widow Dagger, that's the name of it. Yeah, it's going to be better than that. But that's how you get the weapon, guys. Not that hard to craft. And I've gone down the salty path for this weapon for a reason. I'll show you guys in just a minute. But let's talk the rest of it, shall we? So what else we're going to be using here and why? I got the Fire Ant Shield on. Like I said, it blocks corrosive damage. It has good block strength, and it uses also blocking corrosion, which blocking corrosion allows on block for you actually to, well, briefly lower attacker's defense. Now, this weapon does not do an insane amount of damage, but if you lower their defense plus the infection perk that this has, so the infection itself is an awesome perk. What infection does is it lowers the attacker's attack rate and attack power. So if you couple those together, now you've severely debuffed an enemy before they've been able to do any damage to you or minor damage to you, and you're still doing a bunch more because not only have you lowered their defense, but you also have a piercing weapon that's going to do some great damage to them as well. And Salty happens to be a great one for, like I said, a couple of the different bugs in the game. Thor's Pendant, awesome. You guys find it right back here in the back of the map. It's on this log right about right there. If you guys want to know exactly where that is, go check out a video of mine that I've made that literally goes through and shows you guys the best pendants that I know of in the game. I missed 2 of the Omnibus badges, but a video on that another time. Now, we happen to have gotten a fantastic example for this. We're going to go to null face mode so you guys can go ahead and watch this. We got a fantastic example for an invasion, and while we're waiting for the invasion to get here, I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about the armor that we have. The armor that we're using is Fire Ant armor. Why? Because it gives you corrosion. Corrosion attacks have a chance to weaken an enemy's defense. So it literally has a corrosion bonus to all of your attacks. Then you have acid damage if you go down the sleek path, like I want to go with all of them to cover all of your different damage wants. Now, this exactly is why I went ahead and went down the salty path, guys, is termites exactly. Termites themselves take more damage from salty weapons, And seeming out termites are one of the most powerful sources in the game to get easy repair glue. It is a awesome thing to be able to have a weapon that could do more damage. Notice how quickly I'm wiping these things out. So I got to run over here in order to deal with the rest of the termites. But while the termites are on their way over here, let's chat a little bit more about this armor. This armor, you're going to need to kill fire ants in order to get it, right? It's not that difficult to fight fire ants in the game, especially if you got orcs going around. It's not that difficult to find these. And all in all, you're going to need fire ant mandibles. It's the hardest part, I would say, in order to get the chest plate. But really, none of these are that bad when it comes to what it's going to take to grind out. It's fire ant heads, fire ant parts, some lint rope, mostly lint rope, and you're going to get that by going up and fighting dust mites. And just to mind you, you do need to fight some dust mites as well. You got to fight some dust mites that are right over in order to get some dust mite fuzz. Those are right up here, by the way. If you guys didn't know, they're right here. Easy place to get them, right on top of the shed wall there. But you got to go fight some dust mites so that way you can get their dust mite fuzz. If you can grab that, you need it for the legs anyway. So all in all, it's a fantastic build. Now, let's talk skills, shall we? Let's talk skills. So coming over here, we're going to go into statuses here. I'm going to switch up my OS because the pink is awesome and all, but sometimes it makes it kind of hard to see. We'll switch over to Tully. All right, let's talk statuses. First of all, Javelineer. You're using a Javelin anyway. You might as well do more damage when you're using it. Javelineer, in order to unlock this perk, you just need to go through and kill a bunch of things with a spear. So as you're using this build, you will slowly get stronger and stronger and stronger. Then, like all of my builds, guys, I always suggest you guys use Meat Shield. Meat Shield is a powerful thing that gives you extra max health. It is a bonus to have this extra max health, especially when you're starting to play in anything like medium and WoW and you're starting to go into the upper backyard. This becomes a needed thing for you guys unless you're great at perfect blocking or have a perfect block build, which I'll talk more about in the future. Then you have Coup de Grace. This is so you can do criticals, and Trapper Peeper. This is so you can also do more critical damage when you're doing criticals. Now from here on out, guys, I only have 4 mutations activated here because the 5th one I really want to leave up to you guys. It's to whatever thing you're currently doing. If you're fighting ants, throw on Ant Annihilator. If you're going in the water, throw on Murtine. If you're going to go ahead and fight spiders, Mithridism. If you're not doing any of that, just go ahead and throw on Corporate Kickback. It'll help you get some health back. You got to fight an endgame boss to get it, but I'm not going to spoil that in this video. Or you could throw on Mom Jeans, I guess, if you wanted to, as just an extra precautionary. If you wanted something else to pull aggro away from you. And the final suggestion would be Natural Explorer, because with Natural Explorer, you'll just move that much quicker. And this is a pretty fast build nonetheless. This armor is not heavy armor in any sort. It's medium armor, so you're going to be able to recover stamina more quickly than heavy armor. You're going to be able to move pretty quick, but just keep an eye on that resistance flag, guys. That's all I got to say about that one. But guys, that is going to do it for this build. I know that this one isn't as cool as, say, like a healing build or the massive amounts of damage spider or venom build that I built you guys the other day, but I still think that this one is super fun, and I still think all of you guys could go out and have fun going through and wiping out a ton of termites. Guys, don't forget to go out and get all that termite stuff, because you could go through and make a ton of repair glue, because repair glue with termites literally only takes 4 parts, so you guys can go through and make a ton of this on one wipeout of the termite hill. The termite mound that's over in the upper yard, that's up in this area up here, will boast around 40 termite pieces, the 40 termite parts that you need to turn into repair glue. So this is a super easy way for you guys to be able to go up there almost every single day in game and get literally 10 repair glue in order to repair all of your other armor and all of your other builds, because I know you guys are all out there trying out tons of different builds right now. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these in the future, guys, so make sure you guys subscribe and let me know in a comment down below what other builds you would like to see. And guys, while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.